So on the SportsMax Zone, we're switching back to athletics now. We're just 4 days away from the start of the World Athletics Indoor Championship in Nanjing, China, with 42 athletes from across the Caribbean gearing up to take on the world's best from the 21st to the 23rd of March. Jamaica is sending the largest contingent from the region with 23 athletes, including Akira Nugent, who is ranked 4th over 60-meter hurdles and in red-hot form with 2 wins and a season's best 7.75 seconds. Nugent is joined by 2024 men's 400-meter bronze medalist Roshane McDonald and long jumpers Wayne Pinnock, the world and Olympic silver medalist, and world number 2 Tajay Gale, the 2019 world outdoor champion. Now, on the flip side, Jamaica will not be fielding a team in the women's 4x400-meter relay for the first time since the 2012 edition. Olympic 100-meter silver medalist Kishane Thompson, who is ranked 4th in the world in the 60 meters, is sidelined due to injury. Also absent is Olympic 100-meter champion and reigning 60-meter world champion Julian Alfred of St. Lucia. The Bahamas is also well represented with a 5-member team led by world 60-meter hurdles record holder and defending champion Davine Charlton. Another of the region's reigning champions, Tia LaFawn Gadsden, will represent Dominica. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago's Jareem Richards, the 2022 World Indoor 400-meter champion, has opted out of the championship to focus on the outdoor season, including Mike Johnson's Grand Slam series. The Twin Island will be fielding a 2-athlete team comprised of Michelle Lee Ai and Tyra Gittins Spotsville. Additionally, athletes from Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, the British Virgin Islands, Guyana, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with Olympic 800-meter finalist Shafiqa Maloney, and the U.S. Virgin Islands will also be competing. So a lot to look forward to this weekend. Typical that in, a year which is usual when you have Olympics or World Championships, a lot of the athletes stay away from a heavy indoor program, Ricardo, because that means competing heavily in February and March, and especially in 2025 when the World Outdoor Championship is in September. A lot of the absentees, I think, would be due to the fact that athletes are trying to restrict their campaign to not such a long season.
It's interesting because I wondered how the fact that the World Outdoor Championship would be the middle of September would impact what happens at the World Indoor Championships in terms of the quality and caliber athletes who go to the Nanjing event. And just looking at a number of them, it seems to be relatively mixed for me. But what I'm picking up more than anything else, Lance and Mariah, is that it's really a situation that those who have conquered already have less of an interest in going to the World Indoor Championships, while those who are still looking for global titles and global medals have more opted to go. So, for example, no Julian Alfred, which is a slight surprise for me because, given her start to the indoor season, mind you, 300s is what she was taking part in and looking pretty good. But I thought she, might stage a defense of her title. Not the case, which is a little bit disappointing, but at the same time understandable because she's already conquered this stage. She's already won the World Indoor title. It was only a year ago. She had her Olympic success as well. And I think for Julian Alfred at this stage, it's about going to the practice turf and perfecting her art for the outdoor campaign, because ultimately when her follow-up season is judged, Lance and Mariah, it will be judged by the quality of her outdoor performances and more specifically what she does at the World Championships in Tokyo, Japan in September.
Yeah. And it's funny that you made that point because earlier today when I saw the list as well with Trinidad and Tobago, Ricardo, instantly I reached out to Leighton Levy, who is our, he works at SportsMax.tv, writing the articles. And where track and field is concerned, Leighton seems to know everything. So I reached out and, he was saying Jareem, because I asked about Jareem. And it's a similar situation where, Jareem would have done this already, Ricardo. He is also managing his body. He recognizes that, there are certain things he needs to get done. And, Leighton had that response for me. So, as I said, when I looked at the the two-team list. I can't say two-man, two-woman list. And I said to Leighton, so what about Jareem? And, you know, I understand what needs to be done, and I think you explained it pretty well about conquering this part of it already and now focusing on what's next.
Yeah, I think a lot of it for Jareem, though, is about the traveling. If the World Indoor Championships was being held somewhere in the United States or somewhere closer to where Jareem trains, then I think he would have gone. I think the issue is you're traveling all the way to Nanjing, China. He is missing a good chunk of training with his team. And then immediately after he comes back from the World Indoors, he would have to then travel to Kingston to take part in the Grand Slam track.
Yeah.
And I just think those two events came too close together, especially with the traveling he would have to do to go to the World Indoor Championship. And that's why I think he made that decision, which again is a sensible move. Good to see Tia Lafon going. She hasn't competed this year. So we'll see if she'll be able to launch a successful defense of her title. And I think the Jamaican team, with a number of athletes who can threaten for medals, the two male long jumpers, Wayne Pinnock and Tajay Gale. Rashid McDonald was a medalist last year, and he's in better form at this stage of his campaign than he was a year ago when he went on to win the bronze medal. Akira Nugent is going to be in an absolute, can I say dogfight? Is that okay? Dogfight in the women's sprint hurdles where Davine Charlton will be as well. And then Charlton's sister is among the favorites for the women's long jump title. She's #1 in the world this year. And when I looked at the entry list, you know, the likes of Miambo from Germany, not there.
Yeah.
And so it presents an amazing opportunity for someone new to come through. And maybe it's going to be young Charlton in Nanjing.
Yeah, that happens this coming weekend in Nanjing, China.
Are you going, Lance?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You're the one that enjoyed Nanjing the last time you were there.
Oh, gosh, I wish I could go.
You should be going.
It wasn't just me. A lot of other people enjoyed. Just ask Jahil Hyde or Martin Manley. They'll tell you how much fun Nanjing was.
That was Youth Olympic Games some years ago. 2014. Okay, we'll go to break. We'll be back with our interactive segment on the other side of the break.